I hear you, kitty. So, I've got the Nikon F4, which is a very handy camera. It's not computerized very much, but it has all the nice dials that I like, and it works with autofocus lenses. I chose this as an in-between a fully manual camera and a fully automatic computer camera like the one I'm filming on. This is a dynamite camera. So what I just shot a roll of film, so we're gonna add another roll of film to it. And how we do that, we just, I'll show you. You pop this little lever right here, and you can pull up, I'll show you. And you can pull up this little rewind knob for the film and just pop it open, and the back pops open. All right, lays it open. And you lay your film in there, like so, and stretch it across to here. Get that in there. All right, put the sprocket down, or the rewind knob back there. Move that out of the way, close the door, and then turn it on to S for single shot, and then just give it a one punch on the shutter, and it didn't go. Let's try it again. Okay, it didn't catch. Otherwise, this dial here would say 1. So I didn't stretch the film across enough, and sure enough, it didn't go anywhere. We have to get it down inside this other section here, so I need about another 1/2 inch. So let's just stretch it over there so it catches between this guy and that guy there. And we'll close the door, and then hit the start button. And you should see this little winder, this counter here, wind through. There it goes. And now we're at ready at shot 1. And we do want to make sure that our ISO dial here is set for the speed of film. I've got it set so that the camera is using auto aperture, so I can just set the camera to A for aperture priority, or S for shutter priority, P for program, PH, you got me, program high. I'm not sure what exactly PH is. I don't have the manual. But usually I'm stuck between A and M most of the times. So when I'm in manual mode, I have to unlock the lens here. There's a little up-down lever here for the f-stops. So I'll unlock that and unlock that. And I'll set it to, wide open or whatever I like to shoot at. Usually it's between 1.8 and f4 for portraits on this camera. Another cool thing about this camera that my digitals don't have, removable viewfinder. So I can look in the ground glass there and compose my image from waist level. And this is just a little prism with a meter and numbers inside of it. And I can just slide that back on. Get back on there. And it pops right on. Now when I'm shooting in manual mode, this is my shutter speed dial. So it goes all the way from bulb to TX. I think X is. I have to look at the manual. I don't know what X is, but there's a little release button here to release the dial, and you have to push that in slightly, and then you can scroll through the shutter speeds you wish to use. Mostly I use 125th to 250th in outdoors, and between f5.6 and 1.8 for the f-stop when I'm in manual mode. And the cool thing is there's a built-in meter which you can see inside the viewfinder to tell you if you're within up or down of the exposure, and it's really handy. It's really a good camera. I have it has a continuous high for one of the modes here. I gotta push this button down to move it. A continuous low, and timer, continuous bulb, I think that is, continuous S. Like I said, I don't have the manual, but I know the gist of it. I got this used a few years ago for about 200 bucks, and it was in great shape. And the lens was about, 100 bucks. So for 300 bucks, you can get a really nice film camera. And the cool thing about Nikon is I can use any F-mount lens from the past 65 years, easily. But they have a bass-ackward bayonet mount. You have to twist left instead of right, like on every other camera on the market. Canon has, the old Canons had a breech mount, a breech lock. My Fujifilm has a bayonet mount. My Leica clone, the Zorky, has a screw mount. And the Contax clone I have is a Contax mount. It's weird, especially with the 35mm. But for a film camera, this thing's heavy enough to stop bullets. I think that's why I like it. It's heavy. It's solid. And it's in good shape. There's no scuffs or dings or scratches. I'll make sure that it gets scuffed, dinged, and scratches when I take it out.